Hey everyone, this is the Anime Lad, and today I'm bringing to you Juni Taisen, Zodiac War. The Juni Taisen kicks off with Toshiko, aka Boa, strutting through a deserted town like a gunslinging action hero. She enters a building for a deathmatch reunion with 11 contestants, only to find one already dead. This is Snake, gone but not forgotten. Well, sort of. The referee, Jody Kupu, who rolls in with a sinister sparkle, announces, "Here's your poison jewel buffet. Swallow one and congrats, you've got 12 hours to either collect them all or die trying." Winner gets one wish, so dream big. Goa's tragic backstory rolls in like a dramatic soap opera flashback. Her dad, a past Juni Taisen winner, declared her little sister, Kyoko, as the next warrior. Instead of a family pep talk, Boa channeled all her rage into a masterclass in sibling torment. She pushed Kyoko into violent acts until the poor girl lost her sanity and eventually her life. Lesson learned, don't mess with Boa. Back in the present, Monkey proposes a ceasefire and plans to share the win by wishing for everyone's survival. Surprisingly, four contestants agree, the optimists in the group. Before anyone can throw shade or bullets, the floor literally falls out from under them. Chaos ensues, and Boa finds herself face to face with Rabbit, the team necromancer. She hatches a clever plan to fake running out of bullets and lure him close. But just as she's getting smug about her genius, she is stabbed from behind by a zombie snake. Turns out, Rabbit's strategy is, why fight solo when you can raise your enemies from the dead? Boa's brilliant plan backfires other than a malfunctioning machine gun. And the last thing she sees is Snake looking dead inside because he literally is. The deathmatch extravaganza continues with Rabbit, now a full-blown necromancer, turning Boa into a human loot drop by digging a jewel out of her chest like a morbid pinata. Meanwhile, Rat and Monkey are bonding in the sewers, trading names and existential questions like they're on a speed date. Monkey reveals she wanted peace talks but couldn't figure out who sabotaged her pacifist dreams. And Rat's like, we're in a deathmatch, lady, not group therapy. Above ground, Sheep is plotting like a discount Bond villain with a special gadget. He hopes he will win the whole thing. Classic overthinking. Dog, on the other hand, is chilling in an underground parking lot, showcasing his mad warrior vibe. Part rabbit dog, part venom factory, all paranoid. He's ready to hide until everyone else is dead, but then Chicken literally pops out of nowhere and says, let's team up. Dog hesitates but caves after Chicken warns him about Rabbit's growing zombie squad. Chicken's birdwatching skills via actual birds confirms Rabbit's necromancer powers make him the front runner. Dog reluctantly agrees to team up, but secretly plans to backstab Chicken later because trust issues. They exchange gossip about the other fighters. Ox is a murder machine, Monkey is a pacifist, and Dragon is irrelevant now that Snake is dead. Chicken claims she has seen Rat before, and Dog is like, same, but I can't place him. Maybe high school? Then Dog realizes Rabbit is laying a trap using Zombie Boa as bait. His brilliant counter strategy: supercharge Chicken by biting her and injecting her with a venom that turns her into a one-woman wrecking crew. Chicken gets an instant upgrade but decides her first act as a power-up is to crush Dog's head like a watermelon. Talk about team building exercises gone totally wrong. Meanwhile, Us, who is basically the tournament scaredy cat, tries to buddy up with Ox in the subway. Ox responds with team up, never, and Us immediately regrets his life choices. Somewhere, Rabbit's zombie entourage is cackling in the distance. Chicken's backstory is as scrambled as her current situation. She woke up one day in a room filled with bodies with red liquid everywhere. Definitely not cool aid. She had zero memories of what went down, but she knew one thing. The two bodies on the floor were her parents. Tragic, sure. Suspicious, very. Fast forward, and Chicken is now a cunning warrior with a bed army and a talent for playing the helpless victim. After crushing Dog's skull, she nabs his jewel and his one-man army venom. Turns out, Chicken knew all about Dog and only teamed up with him to steal his power up. She's now feeling unstoppable. Her flashback reveals how she got here. Adopted by the Newa family, she went from lost orphan to professional assassin, mastering violence and espionage. Basically, if there's a global conflict, the Newas are probably behind it, and Chicken is their secret weapon. Her strategy: pretend to be harmless until you are not. In the present, Chicken spots Zombie Boa wandering down the street. She unleashes her bird, and after a flurry of feathers, Boa is pecked to death. Chicken, though smug about the win, mourns her bed casualties. Meanwhile, Ox and Us duke it out in the subway. Spoiler, the lights go out, and when they come back on, it's clear Us is having a very bad day. Chicken stops at a supermarket for snacks when Rat shows up. He's all relaxed. I come in peace and escort her to Monkey, who is still campaigning for a weird ceasefire plan. Chicken's first thought, I could totally take her out right now, but something about Monkey's sincerity messes with Chicken's scheming nature. It's like being around pure sunshine when you are used to plotting in the dark. She leaves, spooked by a sudden moral crisis. On the surface, while Chicken is deep in her feelings, Ox appears, looking like he just walked off a battlefield, which he actually just did. Chicken panics but decides, you know what? Let's do this. She charges at Ox with Neo Fund Venom fuel courage. Ox, unimpressed, defeats her in one swing like he's swatting a fly. As her bed descends to eat her remains, Chicken's story ends the way it began, chaotic, bloody, and surrounded by feathers. Monkey's backstory is straight out of a kung fu movie, complete with three wise monkey masters teaching her epic techniques like hair slashing, a rock in half. After proving she can cut borders like they are butter, her masters send her off into the world and she declares, I'll use my powers for peace, not war. That's actually a big ask in this tournament. Back in the present, Rat casually drops some emotional grenades, blaming Monkey for Chicken's probable demise. According to Rat, Monkey's pissed off optimism made Chicken doubt herself, leading to a showdown with Ox, and where Ox sword is undefeated. Rat then questions if Monkey's peace at all cost strategy can even work anymore. Monkey, unshaken, says she's got backup plans. Lots of them. Plan B, check. Plan Z, ready. She essentially declares. A flashback where Monkey stops a war between two nations fighting over land that wasn't even theirs. A genius plan convinced the soldiers, who were actually from the invaded land, to ditch their weapons. It works. Soldiers drop their arms and Monkey saves the day until the two nations team up to crush the rebellious soldiers. Classic no good deed goes unpunished moment. Rat's verdict. You should have just karate chopped them into submission. Monkey shrugs off his cynicism, sticking to her pacifist guns. She's tired of wars, violence, and atrocities. Her dream is to be friends with everyone, which is adorable but wildly out of place in a death match. We also learn Monkey left her lover behind to join the tournament, promising to come back. Sure, because nothing stresses a relationship like willingly entering a fight to the death competition. Back in the tunnel, Monkey senses something is off. She wakes Rat, who is napping mid-apocalypse, and says, run now! Turns out, Rabbit has found them and sent a swarm of zombie birds their way. The two barely escape before Rabbit himself shows up, ready to throw hands. Monkey, ever the pacifist, dodges his attacks but refuses to fight back. Instead, she sends Rat to deal with Snake while she plays defense against Rabbit. The referee has gathered the VIPs for their betting extravaganza. They will vote on the winner once six contestants remain. The referee hilariously highlights each contestant's flaws. Sheep is an old-timer, Monkey is a pacifist, and everyone else is a psychopath. The VIPs now sit tight, waiting for three more deaths to start placing bets. Meanwhile, Sheep is scheming like a retired Bond villain. His master plan lets the others kill each other off while he swoops in for an easy win. Flashback to his younger days. Sheep was an explosive loving weapons dealer who solved all his problems with grenades and charm. After settling down with a family, he volunteers for the Tyson to protect his grandchild from the family curse. Oh, and by the way, he faked swallowing the poison jewel. Classic sleight of hand. Back in the action, Oz miraculously survives Ox by literally running through walls. Monkey is still busy preaching peace to Rabbit, who couldn't care less and keeps attacking her. Meanwhile, Snake's headless corpse is chasing Rat, guided by vibrations. Rat is basically doing parkour to stay alive. Sheep, hiding out in some dusty corner, has another genius idea. Trick the others into thinking he can extract their poison jewels painlessly using a made-up ability called quantum tunneling. Once they trust him, boom, he uses a special grenade, the old timer, to blow them all to smithereens. Oh, and remember, when someone tried to kill everyone at the tournament starts, yep, that was Sheep. Surprise! Grandpa is the bad guy. While sneaking around, Sheep stumbles upon Tiger, drunkenly lounging on a bench. He thinks she's easy prey until she casually calls him out. "You done hiding, old man?" Sheep freezes. Turns out Tiger is much more dangerous when she's drunk than when she's sober. At the park, Sheep is trying to figure out how to deal with Tiger, who's drunkenly slurring her words and wobbling like a toddler, learning to walk. Sheep is amused when she strikes a tiger-like pose after falling off a bench, but he knows he needs to act fast because Ox is hot on his trail after following some decoy tracks Sheep left behind. Meanwhile, Monkey is still jigging it out to Rabbit, who is proving as slippery as a wet bar of soap. Snake's headless cub is still chasing Rat, who is somehow pulling off a catch me if you can routine. Rabbit gets the upper hand on Monkey with a sneak attack. Turns out he's been using Snake's detached head as a creepy surveillance drone. Monkey, stunned and stabbed, realizes she's been outplayed as Rabbit gloats. Back at the park, Tiger finally introduces herself, revealing that her drunkenness is actually a superpower. The drunker she gets, the deadlier she becomes. Sheep doesn't even have time to react before Tiger terminates him in one swift move. Claiming his joy, as the VIPs eagerly place bets now that only 6 players remain, Ox and Rabbit are the clear favourites, while Rat is the underdog nobody believes in. Meanwhile, Oz is hiding in a secure vault with his confidence shattered. A flashback shows Oz's tragic backstory. Once a top soldier, he survived a deadly fall and turned himself into a walking fortress with surgeries and drugs. Now, he is banking and outlasting everyone by avoiding fights. Rat somehow sneaks into the vault delivering bad news about Monkey and criticizing us for being a coward. Rats cryptically calls us a dead person before leaving. Suddenly, Snake sets the building ablaze with a flamethrower. Trapped and gasping for air, Us' invisible body meets an ironic end as his heart gives out. RIP Us. On the surface, Rabbit gleefully collects Monkey's jewel, turns her into a zombie minion, and decides to investigate the burning building because, of course, Snake is setting things on fire again. Flashbacks reveal Snake and his twin, Dragon, as chaotic klepto brothers who made theft into an art and a competition. Their sibling rivalry took a twist when Snake was chosen by the Snake House, Dragon by the Dragon House, and both were roped into Juni Taisen, where only one could survive. Snake found this hilarious, Dragon not so much. Their arrival at the tournament was short-lived. Rabbit greeted them with a swift decapitation of Snake, proving he's less tough and more psycho. Dragon's attempt at revenge was interrupted by Ox, who was appalled they had started murdering before the rules were even explained. In the present day, Monkey, now undead, retrieves Ox's jewel and drags his lifeless body outside. Elsewhere, Tiger, tipsy as ever, encounters Snake's headless flamethrower wielding corpse. After dodging his attack and cutting off an arm, she gulps down Snake's mystery liquid to supercharge her drunken powers. Deciding Snake isn't worth her time, she bails until Ox arrives and lops off Snake's other arm. Snake's disembodied arms starts choking both Ox and Tiger. Tiger coughs off booze. Ox starts philosophizing about death by zombie limbs and they reluctantly team up. Ox convinces Tiger to weaponize her alcohol. She obliges, spilling the booze as Ox hurls his sword to ignite it, touching the murderous arms in an epic blaze. Meanwhile, Dragon, chilling in the sky, watches the circus below, probably wondering if he can call in sick to the rest of the tournament. Flashback time. Dragon, real name Takeyasu, stands in court defending himself and his brother, Snake, real name Nagayuki, who is too busy being headless to show up. The charge, being twin terrors and bringing shame to the 12 families. The prosecutor recounts how a pharmaceutical company and a shady mercenary both hired Dragon and Snake, unbeknownst to each other, for protection during a sketchy deal. Naturally, the twins had other plans: burn everything, kill everyone, and steal the money. Oh, and they generously shared the stolen loot with the poor, while also causing minor disasters like mass destruction and incineration. When the farmer building burned, a boy who had already lost his sight in their experiment also lost his brother. Snake and Dragon found him amidst the flames and, in a touching display of charity, tossed him some cash to soften the blow. Dragon defends this noble act in court, only to have the prosecutor explode in rage, pointing out that their kindness only left a body count. Dragon smugly argues that they are professionals just doing their job, implying they are basically mercenary Robin Hoods. Surprisingly, the judge buys it and they walk free. Flash forward, and Dragon is fuming over Snake's decapitated recklessness. Watching Snake's undead flamethrower antics from above, he decides it is the perfect time to strike Ox and Tiger, who are busy battling Snake's severed arms. Tiger, still drunk but resourceful, uses fire to free herself and Ox from the choking zombie limbs. Ox diseases that cremation neutralizes his rabbit's zombification trick, which might explain why Ox wasn't reanimated earlier. Just as Ox plans to chop Snake's body into mincemeat, Dragon preps his icy ambush. So Dragon is still plotting his next big move when suddenly Monkey throws Snake's severed head at him. Then Rabbit leaps off Monkey's shoulder like a squirrel on espresso and swiftly reaches Dragon, who is too shocked to react. Before Dragon can process anything, Rabbit slices him in half and turns him into one of his creepy puppets. Dragon's dismembered body crash lands in front of Ox and Tiger, meaning four enemies are now in play. Jumping to Tiger's flashback. Once a regular high school girl, Tiger was destined for greatness. Her dojo dad sent her to the battlefield to get real experience, but she was horrified by the chaos and violence. After a few emotional breakdowns and a lot of drinking, Tiger accidentally discovers a tiger pose, intoxicated. Turns out she is super effective when she's all crouched like a tiger. This new fighting style makes her a brutal killing machine. Naturally, she gets kicked out of her dojo for being a bloodthirsty beast, and now she's just a sad, drunk killing machine, totally detached from life. Back in the present, Ox and Tiger are stuck fighting dragon and snakes and dead cells. Ox, ever the tactician, asks Tiger if she has any hidden superpowers like an invisible cape or a laser vision. Tiger, always the realist, says no, but Ox figures out that Dragon's tank has liquid nitrogen in it. In an epic moment of strategy, Tiger grabs Dragon's tank, freezes him solid, and shatters him into chunks like a frosty popsicle. With Dragon out, Ox is ready to fight Tiger, but just then, Rabbit pops out of the shadows. After a quick dismemberment, Rabbit is finally out of the picture. Now, it is time for Ox and Tiger to duke it out. Time to see who is the real big cat in this battle. On to Tiger's flashback. Once upon a time, Tiger walked into an ambush, clearly in danger but totally unbothered. She had lost all care for life or death at this point. Luckily, Ox swoops in like a knight in shining armor. He slashes through all the bad guys and asks Tiger if she's okay, which totally surprises her. She doesn't need help, but Ox insists she's a fragile little girl. Tiger is like, okay, but how do you know what is right and wrong? Ox responds with his sage wisdom. I just do what is right. He picks her up and carries her to safety like some kind of muscle-bound hero. While Tiger realizes that the booze she's been guzzling isn't fixing her problems, just masking them. She starts feeling things again. Once at the refugee camp, Ox leaves to save other kids like Tiger, and she has an epiphany. Ox is the true definition of a warrior. She swears she will become strong enough for him to recognize her someday. Fast forward to Juni Taisen. Tiger, now somewhat less of a savage and more of a reasonable person, learns Ox is going to be there. Suddenly, she wants back into the family and also to compete. She apologizes to the family head, who accepts her apology like it's a routine Tuesday. Present day, Tiger and Ox are about to face off when Rabbit severe dam stabs Tiger. She's like, oh, no biggie, and pushes out Ox out of the way to take the hit. Ox is shocked. Tiger is bleeding out but has one last request. She wants Ox to kill her so Rabbit can control her dead body. After a lot of dramatic back and forth, Tiger reveals her name is Tora. Ox does what any reasonable person would do. He ends her misery. Ox is deep in thought, wondering how desperate Rabbit must be to keep trying to survive, even if it means self-destructing. Ox's solution, burn him to ashes, but alas, Rabbit is already back, looking more dangerous than ever. He's like the bad secret character that just won't stay dead. Ox, ever the problem solver, tries to immobilize him by chopping off his legs, but just as he's about to finish the job, Monkey bursts out of Rabbit's body like a hidden Easter egg, holding Ox down. Plot twist, Monkey has been dead all along and hiding inside Rabbit. Ox realizes Rabbit has got a plan. He wants Ox on his team. Yes, Rabbit has been holding Ox in perfect condition for a reason. Ox tries to commit seppuku by biting his own tongue, but Monkey bites off his teeth. As Ox contemplates the tournament's winner, Rat shows up, holding Sheep's powerful grenade. Rat is ready to blow everything up, and Ox, realizing this is the only shot, tells him to do it. Boom! The explosion takes out Rabbit, Ox, and Monkey in a big kaboom. Later, Rat meets with the referee, who congratulates him on surviving and gives him the antidote. But wait, Rat is in for more fun. The referee wants Rat to cooperate, and after looking at 100 different ways he could say no and still die, Rat reluctantly agrees. The referee asks Rat how he won the event, and Rat reveals he used his power of intervention to try 100 strategies at once. After a long, exhausting game of chess, Rat was like, I'm tired. Let's just blow everything up. Finally, the referee tells Rat that he's free to make 100 wishes. Rat is already planning his 100 wish list. Rat, whose real name is Nezume, is now the proud winner of a life-altering wish, but is just a lonely high school kid with big existential problems. Sitting at his desk, he contemplates using his wish to, well, flip a girl's skirt, but decides against it. Too boring. Instead, he asks her what she would do with a wish, and she says she'd make everyone happy. Nope, Rat can't have that. He's not about to let his enemies like rabbits be happy. On his train ride home, Rat starts thinking about bringing Monkey back to life because, well, she's righteous, but doubt creeps in. What if she doesn't want to come back? Maybe he will resurrect everyone from the tournament, but they might turn out like clones, and who needs more clones? He reflects on immortality too, but quickly realizes it's a terrible idea. Forever living in high school? No thanks. Rat then decides to ask the tournament participants what their wish would be. Snake and Dragon want money. Dog wants its adopted daughter to live well. Rabbit just wants to be friends with everyone. Rat feels a little bad for him. It's kind of sweet, but he won't admit it. After overthinking his options and realizing dreams and hopes are lame and potentially dangerous, Rat is ready to make his decision. The referee offers him the option to turn his one wish into 100, but Rat has a different plan. He screams, says he wants to forget he even has a wish, and poof, the referee grants it. Back at school, Rat's classmates notice something is off. He's got the peaceful aura of someone who has nothing left to want. He goes back to his desk, lays down, and naps like a contented philosopher. The end. And that's the wrap, folks. Remember, like, subscribe, and drop your anime request in the comments. Until next time, stay awesome.